Good evening, everybody. Well, there we go. Welcome to our steel band concert. This is pretty exciting. We have gotten to expand upon our steel drum band program here. We've added a 6th grade steel band. We have a junior high steel band, and they have been rocking it out these past several months and all that. So I'm excited for you to get to hear them. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Mike Archino. I'm the director of bands here and the steel band director for Lincolnview, and it is my privilege and honor to also introduce our guest artist for the evening, Dr. Chris Tanner, over here. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Dr. Chris Tanner is the percussion director and steel band director for the Miami University Steel Band. We're going to get to know him a little bit later, so we're going to kind of just go ahead and start playing some music for you. The group in front of you is going to be our 6th grade steel band. These students met for about an hour once a week for about the past couple of months, and we kind of just started with a lot of basics. The first song we're going to play for you is a piece called a 3-note samba. Can you guess how many notes are in it? 4. Good job. All right. Here is 3-note samba. So just getting started with stuff, this was an opportunity for them to learn a completely new instrument. Not only that, but to enhance their reading skills and playing, and believe it or not, one of the most important things that is we teach these students anywhere from 6th grade all the way to high school, even through college, is the approach to playing the instrument, starting them young, how to play, gentle and all that. And they have done a remarkable job of learning the basics of piano. Let's give them a round of applause one more time. So with that being a one melody, everyone playing the same thing, then we started breaking up into parts and trying to get them into doing more our full scale works. So this is going to be our first full scale work. This is a piece called Cool Groove Number 2, not number 1, number 2, by Alan Bates. We hope you enjoy. Your 6th grade steel band. Big round of applause, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay. Okay, we're going to do a little transition, and we get our junior high students to go ahead and come up here, all right? Okay, go ahead and... Then we'll get on. Good job, guys. Guys. Good job.
Thank you. This is my first concert. I can do that. I can't fit back there. Never mind. You got this.
You'll be totally good. You know it. Okay, that was a pretty cool transition. Let's get a round of applause for getting on stage. And that's it. Thank you very much. I'm just kidding. Okay, so with our junior high group, I want to lift these kids up tremendously for several reasons. Number one, the whole goal with starting a younger group was that as they get older and into high school was to have experience. So that they can come into high school and have some experience, touching them to have a feeder program. That was the biggest goal with this. And so we started the once a weekday thing, and it worked. It worked until some of the sporting schedules started coming out. That had some challenges. And then we had some great success, and then all of a sudden the game started, and it was every Monday night. And then all of a sudden, past 4 days, they've been working their tails off for it. So I give them credit and that's the beauty of this instrument, that it's like riding a bike, that you can kind of just pick it up and go. So I want to give these kids just an awesome job that you guys have done so far with this. All right. First piece we're going to play for you is a piece called Mary Ann. It's a traditional calypso piece. Last year, this was one of the very first ones that our high school learned as a group. So this is our rendition of Mary Ann. Our next tune we're going to play for you is a piece called In on Time. And I'll kind of give it some background because it's kind of a cool story as to how it came about. It was written by a gentleman named Matt Dudek. Matt Dudek was our guest artist last year at our concert. And he teaches at the Miller South Visual and Performing Arts in Akron. And they have a steel band there that's part of their curriculum. And they have to turn in, they have to, sign waivers and, here's the concerts and the syllabus and all that. And he said he was always having a hard time getting the kids to get their forms in. So he developed a piece called In on Time, that if they got their form in on time, then they could learn this first piece. And I was like, oh, that is genius. What if we can come up with anything else? So it was a really cool tune, and so here is In on Time. We're going to end our junior high portion with another tune by Matt Dudek. This was one of my most favorite tunes teaching steel band, a piece called Juve and Juve Dance. And it's a really cool beginning soca. Soca is a common style of music for steel bands, and this is it's an introduction to that kind of style of music. They've done a phenomenal job with this, and I'll give you a little bit of a story after they perform it. So here is Juve Dance. Let me tell you something a little cool about that piece. Hang on, guys. Face them. They learned in 3 days. Give them a round of applause. And that was after taking 6 weeks off because of the conflicts. And so it was not the funnest time sometimes. We come and do this, but we got it, and it was so cool. So give one more round of applause, please. Good job, guys. We're high school now, so give us about a minute or two. Begin the next portion of our concert. That's going to be our high school steel band. The high school steel band is kind of like our flagship organization in the words of Pan. It is very unique to have it as a class 5 days a week. And that is an extremely, that's basically the bread and butter, is having it as a class. They work hard every single day, and it's really going to pay off. I'm excited to have Dr. Tanner kind of be showcased with some of his pieces that we're going to be performing. And in true new Lincolnview style, we're going to begin with the unique way of entering. So feel free to watch our entrance video for our high school steel band.
To predictability, the milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. So world. Inside you whisper, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you
Oh man, that's a fun tune to play. Oh man, that was Play That Ting by none other than Dr. Chris Tanner. We are going to be featuring some of his music tonight as he's our guest artist. And our next piece that we're going to play is another one of his pieces, Here Comes Trouble. And to kind of get to know Dr. Tanner a little bit, I'm going to have him kind of speak a little bit, and then he's going to be soloing on this next piece. So, Dr. Tanner?
Thank you, Mr. Archinal. Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Tanner, and I am the director of the steel band at Miami University down near Cincinnati. I've been teaching there and directing steel band for 31 years. And I know, I still look good too. Yeah, it's amazing. I feel great. This is not my first visit to Van Wert, Ohio. Early on in our steel band's history, we did a lot of performances where we would take a small group of students out and do performances in schools, like educational school shows. And we traveled all up and down this side of the state, going to Salina and Van Wert and St. Mary's, I think, and all these other towns. We've been all over the place here, and always had a great reception. But nothing in my past history prepared me for what I have seen today with these students. I mean, I have to just tell you, I'm flabbergasted. It's unbelievable that these people here have only been doing this thing, steel band, for 2 years. It's remarkable. I've traveled all over the country. I've been to Alaska, Texas, Pennsylvania, Vermont, South Carolina. I've been all over the country doing this. And this is one of the best high school steel bands I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable. So I don't know what you're feeding these people up here or something like that. I don't know what's going on. I got to get some of the water up here or something like that and take that back down to Miami. I know I'm sort of overjoyed here, but truly, it's really wonderful. And I came up this afternoon, and I got a chance to work with the high school band here in detail, and then only got to spend a few minutes with the junior high and the 6th grade group. But I just have to tell you, and I want to say this to Mr. Archinal too, it's so pleasing, so gratifying to see so many young people enjoying music and enjoying this activity. And not only are they playing the music really, really well, I have to tell you, I've written a lot of music, and it's published. Anyone can buy it. And when you write a piece of music and you let it out to the world, you never know what's going to happen to it. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be played well or played poorly, because who knows who's going to get a hold of it. But I want to say, not only are they playing the music very, very well at a high polished level, but they're also having a great time. And they're so friendly. I mean, I had just immediately, as soon as I walked in here, felt like I was part of the family. So huge praise to Mr. Archinal for creating a culture here in the music department where students feel at home, and they're enjoying each other and having a great time doing music together and playing music at a high level. So big ups to Mr. Archinal. So one of the great things about being a guest at a school is you get to go in and work on your music and give your take, your kind of 2 cents about what it's all about. And this next piece is called Here Comes Trouble. And when I wrote it, I kind of had in my mind, this idea of somebody sort of walking into a room and they've got some swagger. You know what I mean? So when I came here, they weren't really playing it that way. They were playing it a little bit too nice. So I said, hey, wait a minute. Nope. This piece got to have a little attitude to it. So we worked on that. So I hope you enjoy it. Here Comes Trouble. Go to F, right? Go back.
That was Dr. Tanner on the lead pan. Give her an applause again. And Grace Custer soloing on the drum set. Give Grace an applause. The thing that kind of made me fall in love with this instrument, prior to about 10 years ago, I never even, I knew what this was. Akron had I went to University of Akron. Akron had a very big steel band program. My roommates in college were steel band members, but that's the closest I ever got to it. But what just kind of drew me into it was just the majesty of the instrument and just how beautiful it can be. It can play any style. The next piece we're going to play for you is going to be, it's a classical tune. Very, very different than what you're probably used to. And this is a piece from Edvard, our Peer Gynt Suite by Elgar. And it's based off of Movement 2, which is size death. And it's about the mother of the gentleman up here who passed away and the tragedy that he faced during that. And so we hope you enjoy this unique piece for us. Isn't that a beautiful piece? Oh man, give him a round of applause for that. I was really looking for something that would just completely be different, and the first time we played it, I think they initially were kind of like hesitant towards it, but once we started playing some of those chords and just feeling it like not just in the room, but like in your soul, it was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. So, power of music, amazing. We're going to move on to another piece from Dr. Tanner. This is a piece called Anoche. And Dr. Tanner, you want to speak about Anoche a little bit?
No, it's okay.
Okay, here is Anoche. All right, here is Anoche. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. This piece is going to be unique. This is a salsa, and it's going to feature a couple soloists. We're going to have Lindsay Hatcher soloing on the saxophone. Let's give her a round of applause. In addition, we're going to feature Grace Custer on the timbales. Give her a round of applause. Here is Anoche. Love different kind of styles we're playing tonight. We're going to go into the pop world a little bit and get into some Beatles. Okay, who doesn't love the Beatles? You know the Beatles? Good. Ow. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we're going to be playing for you Here Comes the Sun from the Beatles. Hope you enjoy. Couple more tunes for you. We're going to move on to special song for me. This next tune is called Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White. And special moment here. I picked this because this is my mother-in-law's favorite song. And I'm smart, okay? And I know that when we're at Thanksgiving next time, I know that I picked it, and Jesse, I've got, yes. I told you, here we go, as long as you play C sharps. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. This is a cool tune. We hope you enjoy Apple Pink and Cherry Blossom White. Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White. There you go, Jesse, I got the title wrong. There you go. All right, it's now come time for probably the main event. I'm telling you, you might want to stretch. Okay, so anyway, before we get there, I do want to say a couple of thank yous before we get to our next to last piece. So we do have a closer at the end. Typically, we end with another soca or calypso we'll explain, and that's where we get up, dance, and move around. If you want to with some Metallica, you can go ahead, but we'll get there in a second. I want to obviously thank Dr. Tanner for coming, and let's give him a round of applause. It was about this time last year that I received an email from Dr. Tanner saying that he had heard about our steel band from a children's choir in Cincinnati, somewhere you were at, and he reached out. He said, hey, someone told me about your steel band, and he said, hey, how can I help? And I immediately was like, yes, all the things, all of the above. And we've been talking back and forth. Right before Solo and Ensemble, we got to do a Skype. Oh gosh, that's gone. What is it, Skype? Zoom. Sorry, oh my gosh, I'm showing my age. A Zoom. What is it you kids do these days? We did a Zoom with it, man, and it was really cool to kind of meet the composer and do that. And it's just been a build-up of this, and he's been just a friend to lean on, and I'm looking forward to our continued relationship. And so thank you, Dr. Tanner. Do you want to say anything else before we head out?
Yes, please, thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm going to sit down and watch this one because there are way too many notes. So I didn't learn this piece. I'm just going to be out there with you enjoying it. I wanted to say once again a thank you to the entire community here for welcoming me in. And this is a beautiful facility. It's great to have a concert here. And it's wonderful to see so many people out there supporting these young students. So thank you all for spending time with us tonight and taking time out of your day to come and hear this music and support these people. And just wanted to thank again all of the students for being so kind and welcoming today. It was great working with you. I hope I can do it again. Mm-hmm. And thank you for playing my music so well and so beautifully. So thank you. And I hope to be back here many times in the future. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I have a couple more too, just to say thank you. I would love to thank Eric Burke with ESB or Pro Audio. He has come in and graciously set this up for our sound system. And not only that, but it's also being live streamed now. And that was an awesome thing. So thank you, Eric Burke, and your entire team. Give a round of applause, please. Not only is a wonderful sound engineer, he's a great person and an even better friend. So it's been awesome to have you involved with this. I'd love to thank two more people, Mike Smith and Brittany Beard up top. They're handling our live stream right now, and we've been here for till about 9, 10 o'clock every night this past week, getting the live stream ready to go. I want to give them a round of applause for all their help in getting this set up. I'd love to thank Trinity Friends for allowing us to host this, here. It's nice to have a stage for these kids to perform on. The baseball team gets a baseball field. We need a stage, and it's a beautiful arena for us to do that. And so I thank Trinity Friends for allowing us. Let's give a round of applause, please. I'd love to thank our administration. Clearly supporting this the past 2 years, to be able to grow like we have, like this. And sometimes the cat's out of the bag, but there is more coming here very soon. And be on the lookout for the Peony Parade, because there is something spectacular going to be happening. And so with this organization and the Peony Parade, so to kind of plant that little nugget right there for you, right there. So obviously our next piece we're going to play for you. This is Metallica's Master of Puppets, and it has been a doozy learning this one. And so, as you can see, they're kind of stretching. They might be putting on deodorant. It's because, man, you're going to be seeing some stuff. Did you get up? All right, Ellie's ready to go. Okay. And so this has been a fun tune to learn, and it's fast. And if you start seeing smoke out of things, it's okay. It's all right, because we're moving so fast. But here is Master of Puppets. Give it up for Caleb in the back there. Can I just tell you how proud of these kids I am? Give them a round of applause, please. God, that's amazing. I know it's a great way to end a concert on that one, but we got one more for you. In a true end of a panorama kind of style of fun, just tune, we're going to end with Dr. Tanner's Supercharger. We did this a couple months ago, did in like 3 or 4 days, and just had a blast with this. I would encourage everyone, get up, dance, move, use the aisleways. That's right, Liam, do it, man. I love it. That's right. Give him a round of applause. Okay? In true fashion, one of the things that I was taught by Matt Dudek at University of Akron was to bring people up and to experience this. While the stage is crowded this year since we've grown, I would encourage everyone, come up and get close to this to feel the energy of this last tune. And so junior high kids, 8th or 6th graders, get up here and listen to this. Okay, here is Supercharger. Thank you all very much. Enjoy this last tune.